Well, thanks to Matt for that great presentation. It's cool to see how ActiveMQ and the roadmap and all the stuff they're planning going forward.
And it is good to have new presenters in the live stream. So thanks, Matt, for submitting your talk. And we're hoping to hear the updates and the roadmap will be executed by next live stream, and we'll have you again. So I think we are getting kind of quite late and towards the end of the day. So maybe it is a good time to thank our contributors. Again, this whole industry or technology rather would not exist without our diligent contributors and individuals who are enthusiastic and involved and interested in development of the Jakarta technology. So we do want to highlight our top contributors in a couple of different categories, actually in 4. So I do want to show our top contributors in Jakarta specifications in TCK, and as we were saying throughout the day, TCKs this year took quite a bit of modernization and refactoring, so it's a lot of work. We want to highlight top contributors in Glassfish project, as well as Jakarta platform. So just not to read all the names, but please let's pause a little bit and celebrate all these individuals who have been working really hard throughout the year.
Yeah, congratulations to all the contributors and all everybody. It's great work. We definitely couldn't do this without you.
Yes, and congratulations to Ivar, to you as well. I saw your name there, so thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you, Tanya. And as a small token of appreciation, we are working on some limited swag or limited edition swag for Jakarta. All the contributors, everybody you saw on this list, we will reach out, and so you should check your email and make sure you don't miss that information. So these special edition swag, that's the good stuff.
And not just that's the good stuff, but also in order to get the good stuff, occasionally check your spam folder because it might be there. So we will reach out to you, so keep an eye.
Yeah.
So I think it is a good opportunity also to highlight that at Eclipse Foundation we have other Java related projects, and not just projects but working groups as well. I know we didn't talk much about the different differences between the different formations and organizations that we have, governance forms that we have within Eclipse Foundation. We certainly don't want to focus on that today. But some of the projects or the working groups are focusing on development and maintaining of the tools that are being used during Java development applications. And some of those tools are very, very well known. And one of them is certainly probably the most famous one is Eclipse ID. Recently, there is a working group. There was a working group created around Eclipse ID, and I would actually like to hear more about the work of this working group from our colleague Thomas, who is the program manager for the Eclipse ID working group.
Hello everyone, my name is Thomas Froment and I'm the Eclipse ID program manager. And today I will be sharing updates on the Eclipse ID. Actually, as you know, Eclipse ID is more than just an ID. It's an ecosystem. It's a platform used by millions of users worldwide, and many products and services, often in critical industries like space, transportation, healthcare, or energy, are built on its foundation, including the rich client platform, RCP, and many modeling tools based on it. And beyond that, This ecosystem also includes some components like the Java Development Tool, JDT, or ID agnostic components that you are probably using in other IDs and perhaps without realizing it, such as LSP, Language Server Protocol, or DAP, Debug Application. And that's why very recently, in fact, in 2021, 12 members companies in the Eclipse Foundation have come together to secure and ensure the sustainability, evolution, and modernization of this ecosystem, forming the Eclipse ID working group. And because, as you know, in the Jakarta community, open source require care and commitment. And first, let me share something with you for the first time. This is a new core mission statement that the Eclipse ID working group has recently defined. As you can see, it can be summarized by 3 key objectives: modernize the platform, evolve the ID framework, and provide best-in-class Java tooling. And I can imagine this speaks to the Java community here today. Now, let's take a closer look at how we are turning this modernization objective into a reality. Modernizing the Eclipse ID and its ecosystem comes down to a key vision: creating a platform that is OS agnostic, applicable to both desktop-based and cloud-based, browser-based environments. This is because one of the long-standing challenge of the ID has been maintaining separate versions for Linux, Mac, and Windows, and so by targeting an OS-independent architecture, we expect to achieve several critical goals. And this year, we have taken a significant step forward by officially starting this modernization project called Initiative 31. By the way, this name reflects the core idea behind the project. First, taking 3 technologies, or ultimately choose one for the future implementation of the SWT layer. For your information, the 3 technologies in prototype are Skia, GTK4, and Swing, which is, by the way, the technology used by JetBrains. The purpose of this exploration is to identify the best foundation for building a truly OS-agnostic implementation of the Eclipse platform. And the chosen technology should help us deliver, hopefully, a more modern, consistent, and future-proof experience for both desktop-based and browser-based environments. And more important, reducing a lot of the maintenance complexity. The results so far have been very promising, and the initial team had the opportunity to present these prototypes just a few weeks ago at EclipseCon. And one of the key moments of the conference was the session led by Heiko Clary, one of the technical lead of Initiative 31. It generated a lot of interest and was among the most attended sessions of the event, highlighting probably the community's enthusiasm for this project. Following this success, we recently held a community interested party call, and the recording is available to you if you would like to learn more. For those who are curious, you also have, of course, the GitHub project. And so, as a conclusion, I would like to leave you with 2 key takeaways. The Eclipse ID ecosystem is very much alive, with over 210 contributors involved in every quarterly release, more than 60 projects, and a code base of more than 118 million lines of code. We truly believe in the future of a really open source tooling ecosystem. I mean, a project where you have the freedom to fork, contribute, and to really shape the future. And as you have seen, its modernization journey has only just started with Initiative 31. Second, this ecosystem is supported by a strong working group and a dedicated team, our release manager to secure the release, and our community mentors, and this is new, who are here to help new contributors to get started. And probably the most, if you are interested, the most reliable way to connect with them is through the new GitHub organization, github.com/eclipseide. This is the entry point designed for every new contributor. Thank you for your attention and see you soon.
And the Eclipse IDE is not the only development tool that we have at Eclipse Foundation. We also have others. So, and among those are the Eclipse Cloud DevTools. And we also have the OpenVSX working group. So, and we have talked to John Kellerman, and he has a message from these 2 working groups.
Hi, I'm John Kellerman, Program Manager of the OpenVSX and Cloud Development Tools working groups at the Eclipse Foundation. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with the working groups and their respective open source projects. First, a bit of background and to set the stage. VS Code currently is used by roughly 75% of developers. This comes from a Stack Exchange survey, I believe in late 2023. The core open source has been forked about 30,000 times. And that's pretty darn impressive. And consequently, the VS Code extensions are emerging as the default extension mechanism for IDEs. There are, though, limitations placed by the Visual Studio Marketplace terms and what you can do with those extensions. And so what we need is an open, transparent, vendor-neutral registry of extensions. And that's what we have with the OpenVSX registry. The OpenVSX working group is responsible, along with the Eclipse Foundation, for the operation of the OpenVSX registry. It provides the governance, guidance, the funding for the communities that support the implementation and the deployment and the maintenance of the registry. And here are the current OpenVSX working group members. It is their membership fees that fund the site. ST Micro, Siemens, Salesforce, Huawei, Google, and Posit. Switching gears now, the Cloud Development Tools Working Group its mission is to define and build an ecosystem of best-in-class open source web and cloud-based development tools, and to promote and drive the adoption of these with tools on par with commercial offerings. And here are the current working group members of Cloud Development Tools: AMD, ARM, Eclipse Source, Aveo, Red Hat, Ericsson, Onassis, ST Micro, and Typefox. And here are the open source projects that are part of Cloud Development Tools. Thea and Eclipse Che are extensible IDEs and IDE frameworks, extensible with VS Code extensions. Sirius is a platform for building web applications for visual languages, including domain-specific languages. And they're supported by a host of other open source IDE technologies that enable debugging and modeling and operation with Kubernetes, for example. And so what's new with these two communities? First, probably one of the most exciting things we've seen is the integration in Thea of IDE capabilities that allow you to use your language models to guide your developers. We have a new framework for real-time collaboration within Thea IDE that allows you to collaborate. It's built to be extensible to really any kind of development artifacts. What comes out of the box is collaboration on text artifacts. Within OpenVSX at openvsx.org, we now support deprecated extensions. So a publisher can indicate that they don't intend to continue to develop or support their extension, and they can port to a replacement. We've spent a lot of work improving the reliability and availability of the site. A lot of that work has gone into database efficiency and test automation. We've improved visibility into the operation and errors through a Grafana dashboard deployment. And finally, we've made a pretty significant update to documentation in our wiki for both users and people looking to program to and extend OpenVSX, including more complete API documentation. And so with these exciting and we feel compelling technologies, let's talk a little bit about the things you can do. Right, first and foremost, you can manage your VS Code extensions in any desktop or cloud IDE, something the terms at the Visual Studio Marketplace prohibit. You can host your own instance of a registry, tethered or untethered from the main registry, including air-gapped configurations where you might have intellectual property or security or other compliance restrictions that prohibit a direct connection to the internet. You can curate a set of extensions for developers and partners. You can host proprietary extensions alongside public extensions for your developers and partners. You can manage it and control your ID collaboration technology, including if you choose hosting your own server. You can manage and control the AI technology that you integrate that you use to integrate in your IDE, including using your own language models. For more details, the best place to go are the session recordings from our recent TheaCon 2024 conference. They're not there yet. They will be there in about a week or so. Hit that link there, and you can get to the program, which will get you to the recordings. And now, given that work and given those contributions, let's look at the growth that we see resulting at OpenVSX. 4,100, I think it's 4,200 now, new extensions, 2,200 unique publishers, over 140, I think it's 150,000 downloads a day. That's more than double what we saw a year ago. Over 100 publications a day. That's both new extensions as well as updates to existing extensions. And probably most importantly, at least the top 100 most downloaded extensions from the Visual Studio Marketplace we now host at openvsx.org. So yeah, please consider joining us at the OpenVSX or Cloud Development Tools communities as a working group member, sponsor, or contributor. My email is there. There's a link here to a form at the Eclipse Foundation where you can express your interests. And thank you. We look forward to hearing from you.
Okay, now that we are familiar with all the tools at the Eclipse Foundation, Java-related tools at Eclipse Foundation, and before we introduce our last talk of the day, let's just focus a little bit or recognize that we talked so much about version 11 throughout the day, and maybe we can just mention and make the audience aware that this is actually a perfect time to start thinking and maybe even voicing your opinion about 12.
Yes, and the work with Jakarta 12 has already started. The platform project has an agenda item every week. Lately, we haven't been able to get to that agenda item because the TCK and 11 has taken so much time.
Yeah.
But there is an agenda item where we add items that are relevant for 12. So this is a time where you, as a user of Jakarta technologies, can make the platform project aware of where you want 12 to go. So the platform project should be aware, or you can reach out to the individual component specifications as well.
And actually, to be also more specific, the release plan for version 12 is well on its way. So we, as mentioned earlier, we do have our release leads and release coordinators for release 12 selected. It's Ed Burns and Jared Anderson. So the planning is well on its way. And if you have your wish list and something that is of high priority to you, you need to sign up for the project mailing list. You need to be voicing your opinion. And please, as always, look at the Jakarta community calendar. And every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern, there is a time slot and invitation for the Jakarta platform call. Please show up and voice your opinion.
Yes. And now it's time to introduce our last speaker of the day. And this is Mike Redledge, and he will talk about a developer's guide to Jakarta EE 11.